Greetings, champions for Christ. My name is Nicole Willis Cooper, and my group was on time management. It was conducted on Saturday, April 20th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the local library in the collaboration room. We were in the corner, and the format was a U shape. I did not have a co-leader, and my group proposal is slightly different from what I initially proposed. So I did less focus on psychoeducation and more focus on sharing, as I am not certified to do the psychoeducation aspect of the group. Um, Initially, we opened up with introductions, and because before, let me back up. When we got there, the women were very excited to see one another because we're familiar. And so it took 3 minutes for me to get everybody in their seat. And I felt like that might have been a little bit too long. So I'll work on that. I'll note that. And we did the introductions. Even though we are all familiar with each other, it was important to bring comfort to the atmosphere, that we just introduce ourselves and state what the purpose, what the core study was, and what they had hoped to get out of the group meeting. So we did that, and I once again had to do some shifting and redirecting because some of the women wanted to talk about their core study, or their elaborate a little lengthy about their purpose for why they wanted to be in the group. And I told them that we would address those components in detail. That's what this was about, so that they would have plenty of time to share about those things. But if we could just get started. And I did ask them, did they have problems time managing this particular group? And they told me yes. So there was only one that didn't have any time management issues with our actual group. And after that, we did the one word assignment, which was to give it, they were given pens and journals, and they wrote down one word describing their thoughts about time management and time unmanageability. And I gave them a flyer that already had words on it, but they could also choose their own. And I got a lot of overwhelms back. I got a lot of overwhelms, and the group was very engaged. They were extremely grateful for this group. Pretty much like the response that I got in the discussion board of students that said that they would love to have a group like this. And so they were really engaged with me as far as what is the next step going to be. It was excitement, and I was grateful for that. In the future, I will maybe not hold a group where I'm familiar with everybody, because then it was that referent leadership, and I wanted to get a better assessment of myself in that. But nonetheless, they were grateful. So we did the word assignment, and the one word assignment, and then we moved on to discussion. And the discussion, when the women were describing their overwhelmness, that discussion took about 40 minutes to an hour, because two of the women were crying about how they didn't meet their own standard of their own expectations with their hat as a mother and as a wife. And they felt that because their time management was misappropriated, they don't spend as much time as mothers, and it devalued how they were feeling as people. And so they shared that for quite some time. But we did, in the second portion, we did do a time management worksheet, and it was revealed that the women did not really have a concept of time in preparedness. And so for the academic goal portion, when we equated it to time management, we talked about getting rest. We talked about evaluating our assignments to be prepared based on our own skill set. And we opened and closed with prayer. And I believe that the women gave me great feedback. How I did to myself. I think that I did a good job. It's shifting, transitioning, effective listening, using eye contact, and linking those together. So thank you for letting me share.